So I put in the chat, and you can check it out too, Sarah, but it's what we did in the beginning of the series with the Tugu Nachan, the seated organ clearing practice. And you can just download it so that you have it. And then, of course, you can always watch the YouTube video of it. Okay. So Qi simply means energy, and Gong is cultivation. So what we do in these practices is learn how to connect to the energy that's all around us, and that is in us, and that is us, right? So it's a conscious connection. And like many movement practices, it's a conscious connection through the breath. So similar to yoga, but a little bit different, okay? Today, what I wanted to share was we're going to do the microcosmic orbit seated practice. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And then how that translates into the standing three treasures practice. And then we're going to play around with a little dragon. So every once in a while, like when I say things like that, I'm like, this is crazy. But we're going to play around with taking on our dragon form. Okay. In Qi Gong, the dragon is the embodiment of transformation and arises out of the mist. And the mist, in my mind, is the bardo, right? So there's always that moment. There's every moment in between moments is the bardo at which anything is possible. So hi, Aida. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever we are on the planet, whenever we are. So we're going to start off with a seated practice. Let me move this back so you can see. Oh, hi. There we go. Face to a name. Nice to see you. Or the screenshot of you. So I'm starting off, and I encourage you, if you are just coming into a meditation practice, I definitely encourage you, if your body allows, to sit not against a chair. Because this thing affects this thing, and this thing affects this thing, and we're connecting the two. Okay? So before we start to kind of align and micro-align this thing, let's do a little movement to kind of get into it, okay? Which Mary's already doing. So let's take our hands to our knees, and with the kind of palms wide and the fingers open, inhale and round your spine. And then exhale, pull your chest through. All right, so see if you can get some movement into wherever might be stuck. Inhale and round. Exhale, pull your chest through and maybe follow your sternum as you do this. And one more. Inhale. Rounding, drawing the belly button back into the spine. And exhale, pull the chest through. That's it. Right, and again, going back to that concept, not just concept, but awareness of what is that everything is energy. So if energy is stuck in the body, right, this can also become disease or simply just aches and pains. We'll do a little spinal twist right now. So take your left hand to your right knee, take your right hand behind you to whatever degree possible. Inhale, lengthen the spine up. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe pause and notice how you're condensing your liver. And then as you inhale and unfurl yourself, maybe notice how the liver opens. Do a counter twist, press the back of the right hand against the left thigh, roll the right shoulder open. And then come back to center. And before we do the other side, drop your awareness into your spine. And notice what you notice, right? Like one part of it might feel more open or electric, and conversely, another part might feel more kind of shut down. Right? So just notice. And if you don't notice anything, that's also a noticing. And in these practices, we alight our awareness upon moment to moment, ideally with no judgment, but if there's judgment, notice that. And now if you're seated, if you're seated crisscross applesauce, just cross your legs the other way, right? We want to open the hips evenly and also be aware of our patterns and our habits. So now take the right hand to the left knee, take the, there's a butterfly in my room. That's beautiful. Hello. Inhale, lengthen your spine up. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. And see if you can keep both sit bones down evenly as you do this. My right one kind of wants to rise up, right? So try to anchor yourself. And then inhale, exhale. And again, inhale, a little counter twist, unfurling and opening. Press the back of the right hand against the left knee. I mean, the left hand against the right knee. And then come back to center. And again, drop your awareness into your spine. And notice what you notice. So the spine is associated, and the vagus nerve is kind of associated with the central channel, the spiritual needle. And we want to have energy moving up through it. It already is, but we are conscious humans, hopefully, and we can better utilize this thing to have energy flow, okay? We're going to step into a seated meditation, which is the microcosmic orbit. And some of you guys have done this with me before. I'm going to talk about it really briefly. Okay. In yoga land, there's energy centers that are known as chakras, right? And they're associated with the root of us, our solar plexus, our heart, our throat, and they're also associated with different qualities of our being. And sometimes they get stuck. In Qi Gong, the main energy centers are the root dantian, right? And that's associated with the root of us feeling grounded and connected, right? Which is one of the reasons why sitting on the floor helps us to ground and connect, right? Also, as animals, we feel safer lower down, or unless you're like me and sometimes you like to climb trees and you feel safer up there, right? So there's the root of us, and then that's the lower dantian. And then there's the middle dantian, which is associated with our hearts and the human. So root and earth, heart and human. And the energy of our hearts spreads outward about 12 feet around us. Okay. And this isn't like some new age bullshit. This is actually the magnetic energy of our hearts, which is parallel to the energy of the earth that spreads outward, the magnetic energy of the earth that protects the earth. And then there's the upper dantian, which is associated with the heavens. So all of the energy of the sun that literally fuels our planets, that fuels life, as well as the moon and the stars. And the sun protects us through the heliosphere, right? So what I love about Qi Gong is you can totally geek out with astrophysics. In the same way with Buddhism, you can geek out with quantum physics. It's all the same thing, right? It's beautiful. And the upper dantian is associated with the spirit of us, our Shen, and our ability to see clearly. And in some cases, to see everything, right? The omniscience. So we're going to move energy through all of these centers, noticing what's stuck. So Qigong practices are diagnostic, right? Again, it's information. And you'll see very clearly for yourself. You'll feel it. And ideally, these energy centers all become one, right? So the energy moving through me is no different than the energy moving through the planet that's moving through the universe. And then we'll talk about what happens later. So we'll just do it, right? Just talking about it doesn't mean shit. Helps a little bit, but doing it is the practice. So to recap, lower earth, middle human, upper heavens. And we're going to utilize a Pyrion Mudra. So Qigong is yin yang, right? Everything finding balance. So take the thumb, pinky, and middle finger together. Yep, that's it. And then just bring your hands down below your belly button. Let your elbows just hang. Yep. And we're going to cycle through this orbit, the microcosmic orbit, taking 3 breaths in each center. I'll guide us through it. And as in yoga land, right, in which you draw up on Mula Bandha, in Qigong, we're going to draw up on that pelvic floor, but it's known as the earthly doors. And the heavenly gate, the crown of the skull, is open. And take a moment, broaden the collarbones, lift up the sternum. If you're seated on the floor, ideally your hip points are higher than your knees so that your legs don't fall asleep. And if you're on a chair, I encourage you to find that your feet are parallel, hip width apart, your knees are over your ankles. Right, begin to align the body, which helps us align the mind. And just for one moment, I encourage you to broaden your collarbones so much. Take the consciousness in your collarbones and touch the sides of the room that you're in. Take a regular inhale and exhale. And then on the next inhalation, begin to draw light and energy into your hands. Inhale. Gently hold it. And as you exhale slowly, it's like blowing on a flame. And again, inhaling. Gently hold it. And exhale. You might start to feel some heat building up in your hands. Just notice. And we'll do one more breath. Take a deep inhale. Gently hold it. And on the exhale, allow this light and energy to nourish the root of you. And then another inhale. On the exhale, send this light and energy over the back of your spine, top of your skull. And we're going to bring our hands right to our third eye. So the thumb is gently touching the third eye. And we'll be here for 3 breaths. So inhale. Gently hold it. And exhale. Allow that light and energy to flow into your eyes, your brain, clearing the cobwebs. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. Come to in front of your heart center, about 4 inches in front of your sternum. Retain the breath. And on the exhale, fuel and nourish your heart. And again, inhale. Gently hold it. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then slowly, slowly back down to the lower dantian. All right, drawing energy into your hands, funneling it. And exhale. Feel that energy flowing into your hips, down your thighs, kneecaps. Rooting you to the earth. And again, inhale. Exhale. And if you need to release the breath before I give the prompt, please do. Honor your lung capacity. We'll do 2 more breaths here. So inhale. Gently hold it. Exhale, connect. One more. Inhale. Gently hold it. Exhale. Take another inhalation. And then on the exhale, send that light and energy over the back of your spine, like skipping over stones, over your skull, and to the upper dantian. And we'll be here for 3 breaths. So inhale. Gently hold it. And exhale. Perhaps nourish and enlighten yourself. And again, inhaling. Gently hold it. Exhale, draw this light into you, perhaps smoothing synapses, weaving neurons together with compassion and wisdom. And one more, inhale. Allow all of that wisdom and compassion in the form of energy become every cell of you. And then inhale slowly, slowly, back to your heart center, which is your mind. Gently hold it. And then exhale, nourish. Two more, inhale. Gently hold it. Perhaps imagining that you are drawing in again all of the light and the wisdom, compassion of all of the Buddhas directly into your heart. And one more, inhale. Exhale. And then slowly, slowly bring your hands back to the lower dantian. And for the next 3 breaths, I encourage you, because this is your body, your mind, your consciousness, I encourage you to attend to whichever center you felt needed the most attention. And if they're all feeling pretty balanced, you can just keep your hands where they are. And perhaps find that all 3 are as one. And I won't call the breath out. You know how to breathe. After the 3rd breath, just take a deep inhale. You can exhale slowly, slowly through your mouth. Gently pull the fingertips away from each other. Turn the palms up. Feel all of the energy of the heavens, the sun and moon and stars falling into your palms, because it is. And then turn your palms down. Feel the energy of the earth rising up to meet your palms. And then slowly, slowly, right, you can push downward. Noticing how you are changing, shifting the molecules of air in the room. And then bring your hands to human. And if you've been sitting cross-legged, you can extend your legs, but notice like muscle, tissue, bone, right? They're different, right? Your hands are like an MRI machine. Right, so Sarah, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Buddha behind me. This is the white Tara, Tara of compassion. And she has eyes in each palm and the soles of her feet and her forehead, and she can see in all directions, right? So in these practices, what we're doing is reading with our bodies and also our subtle bodies, right? That energy that extends outward, that is reading and reading and reading. It's also our nervous system, right? Like there's the spiritual practice and there's the nervous system, and they're the same, right? Our nervous system is always reading, reading, reading. Are we safe? Are we safe? How do we feel? What's happening with that person, right? And the more we develop our own spiritual practice, right, our ability for compassion and empathy increases. But it's a never-ending font. It's not a never-ending font until you're a Tara, right? So we have to also draw into ourselves. Something to consider, especially if you happen to be someone like I know I am. I know Chloe is, but like giving, 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 right? Can't just keep giving, giving, giving. So we're gonna come and stand, and we're gonna do a quick little shake, and then we'll move into form. As you can see, the meditation studio is also a home gym. All right, so in this practice, the shake is like we disorganize everything and we come back and reorganize through form. All right, so we'll start off in you guys see my feet? I think so. Do like a 5-minute shake. So we're gonna start off in mountain. So the feet are together or hip width apart, depending upon whatever the shape of your feet are, your hips, right? And if you're not sure about it, check, like look down, like what are your feet doing? So look at them. And then from here, lift up the lower ribs, smooth down the lower back, take your hands to your ribs, get them up off your hips, right? We can collapse in the side body. We have a tendency to forget that we are 3-dimensional creatures, and possibly even more, right? And I'm going to have my hands in the Tai Chi Mudra, which means that the thumb webbing comes together and they're right below the belly button, right at the lower dantian. And if you were gripping your butt like I was, release it, right? Release the muscles of the buttocks, and that allows the spine to raise upward. Crown of the skull is open. That's the heavenly gate. The earthly doors are closed. For a moment, connect again to that energy moving up through your body and also down through your body as we inhale and exhale. Put a slight grip in the toes. That is the bubbling well. You'll feel energy rising. Bring your awareness to what you hear from your right eardrum to your left. See if you can even notice that because what you hear on the right side and the left is different, that the right eardrum vibrates differently than the left. Extending the collarbones, lifting up the sternum. I encourage you as we practice to recognize and infuse every cell of your body with practice. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release. With the air on your right palm and your left. Step one foot out to the right. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, reach your fingertips into the sky so much that you can taste it. And again, inhale. Exhale, reach up so much that the sky begins to enter you. All your finger joints, your wrists, elbows, shoulders, jaw, ribs, hips. Begin to expand. And reach up so much, maybe your feet come up off the ground or your heels. If you start levitating, I'm going to be not surprised. Inhale. Exhale, turn the palms up, arms come shoulder height, slight bend in the elbows. And again, feel the heavens in your palms. Feel your feet reaching down into the center of the earth. Feel your heart expanding so much that the earth is inside your heart, the planet. And then inhale. Begin to bend down, keeping the upper body up to whatever degree possible. And then jump up, oh God, and release. All right, so we're gonna undo all the physical habituations, the mental habituations, and shake them out. Releasing fingertips, wrists, shifting from one foot to the other. Okay, you can begin to, we're going to do this kind of methodically from the top of the head down. So take your fingertips to your scalp. Tap on the top of your skull. Feel the fontanelle. Feel the crown. It's delicate. Yeah, tap on it. Open it. And the sides of your skull. Then you can start cupping. Clearing the sinuses. Thank God the pollen fuckery is over. But good for the trees that feed us. Come down the sides of your throat, right? Check out your lymph nodes. Right? I remember when I was sick with COVID, one of the first indicators were those swollen glands. And then come down to your chest. Begin to cup the chest. The hum sound we use to help clear energy. Belly. Come down the top of one leg, and the other leg. Your head hangs. See the backs of your legs. And then one arm, and the inside of the arm. That's it. And we'll fan our hearts, releasing the wrists. Okay, and then, because this is so important for stress, we fire the right. We've done this many, many times, but the heat of the heart is in the palms. Fire of the heart Inhale, take your hands to your lower back at your kidneys, lift your chest, exhale into your palms. And we'll do that one more. The kidneys are the water element, right? So we want to heat them to help keep them functioning strong and well. Lift the chest, exhale. And the adrenal glands are on top of those kidneys, right? So it's all the systems. So I'm going to encourage you for the next minute, just kind of move your body around. Notice what's stuck. Releasing the muscles of the tongue that fuel the heart. Move your shoulders, right? All the joints are the gates of the body. We want to open them. And the hips. Just begin to down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stop. Notice. You might feel vibration, kind of like an interior hum. Drop your awareness again into your body, into your mind, and notice. And then inhale. Step the right foot back to the left, bring the arms around, fingertips face each other, palms face the earth, smooth down the subtle body meridians, ending So we're going to do 3 treasures and then I think some black dragon, maybe some white dragon. I'm going to put my hair up. So also, you know, I say this because it's just important to remember, like when we're shaking, we're also discharging. It's a discharge practice, which animals do everywhere all over the planet whenever they encounter any kind of threats, right? They discharge because otherwise that stays in the body. And humans have forgotten to do this. So it's really necessary. You know, it's not unlike when you're trying to learn something and you get frustrated and your coach or your friend is like, shake it off, right? So also for me, whenever I find that monkey mind is super loud or has had triplets, when I come to my mountain, right, I align and then monkey voice, monkey mind starts to get quiet. So from here, inhale, exhale, release the mudra again. We're going to come into a horse stance. And the horse stance can be super wide and deep, right, depending upon whatever you feel like doing with your body today, or your body will let you, or what your body's telling you. Right, so it can be really like in there, or maybe a little bit more shallow, yeah. You don't want to overarch your lower back, so slightly tuck the pelvis. Feet parallel ideally, but if they won't do that, turn them out a little bit, yeah. We're going to start in the ready position. In the 3 treasures, right, just like in the microcosmic orbit. And notice whatever arises for you. If you have a practice, a Buddhist practice, the 3 treasures, the 3 jewels. Right? So in Qi Gong, the 3 treasures are the earth, the human, and the heavens. In the Buddhist practice, it is the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Turn the palms up. Inhale. Right? When you get to right about here, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, palms to the sun. Right? That's it, Sarah. Maybe come up a little. Yeah, there you go, right there. Yep. And what we're going to do is practice photosynthesis. One of the greatest superpowers ever. We are going to transform light into energy. Allow it to fuel you. Feel it falling into your palms, moving into your body, infusing you. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, press the palms out. Okay? And then here, again, perhaps remembering that you have eyes in your palms, press out even more. You can close your eyes for a moment. See it with your body. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the hands. Reach your fingertips through the walls, wrapping them around the planet. And then inhale. Fold forward and exhale. Right, and if this is your first forward fold of the day, just hang out here for a moment. Let your hamstrings acclimate. You can put a slight bend in the knees if you need to. Let the weight of your head lengthen your neck. And then inhale. Exhale, gather the energy of the earth into your body as you roll up, nourishing your organs. When you get to about chest height, roll those shoulders back again. Turn the palms to the sun. Inhale. And exhale. Here's horse puppy. Inhale. Exhale, press out. Press, 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 press. Get some space between your sternum and your ribs and your spine. And then inhale. Exhale, expand. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Gather into you as you slowly exhale. And again, hands to the sun. Inhale. Exhale, move slowly, slowly, dispersing molecules of air. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Inhale. Exhale, fold. We'll do one more. So inhale. Gather into you, nourishing. Turning the palms to the sun and again, drawing into you. Inhale. Exhale, press out. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Inhale. And then exhale, just come and pause at the ready position. You can have your thumb and pointer fingers just touching gently. Pause and notice. The three treasures. We're gonna do black dragon. So just watch, we haven't done this one. I don't think we've ever done this one. So just watch me for a sec, okay? So I'm gonna inhale, turning my fingertips to face my kidneys, my middle, right? So I'm passing through the belt meridian and I turn my palms forward, right? So from Mary, from the side, it's like this. So it's here, right? And I can literally feel, without even touching, I can feel the energy of my hands moving through me and I come forward. Yeah. So here, okay? Inhale. Exhale, let's all turn to the left, okay? And then inhale, exhale, turn the palms down and float through center, right? You're reading air currents, and then the right hand comes up. Inhale, back to center, right here. So right hand is here, left hand is feeling the energy of there. That's it, Mary, nice. Beautiful, Chloe. You got it, Sarah, right? So now, inhale, exhale, bring the fingertips together. This is your dragon beak. Sometimes sparrow's beak. I've heard it called two different things. And then inhale, chi ball. Yes, Sarah, that's it. Nice. Okay, feel that energy in your palms. We've been cultivating for almost an hour now, right? You can feel it. From here, inhale, fingertips passing through the belt meridian. You can bring your hands forward. It's like an offering. Exhale, right. Inhale, turn to the right. Exhale, hands floating down. This is called Black Dragon Parts the Clouds. Left hand rises up. Inhale back to center. That's it, Chloe, nice. Sparrow's beak or dragon beak. Inhale. Chi ball, right. Exhale, offer. Inhale to the left. Exhale, read the air currents. Right hand comes up. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Yep, very nice. Now I want you guys to notice yourself, feel yourself as a dragon, black dragon. Where are you and what do you see? Inhale. Turning to the right. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale, offer. Turn to the left. Exhale, read. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Earthly doors closed, heavenly gate is open. Inhale. Feel the energy in your palms. Feel the energy of your body. Feel the energy of all of the molecules of air, time, and space around you. Inhale to the right. Floating through the center. Floating through time and space. Exhale. Left hand rises. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Going to the left. Floating through. Exhale. Right, and as you come up with the right hand, notice what happens is you perhaps push. Inhale. That's it, and condense. Actually, we'll do one more, right? So I want you guys to feel that again, right? So feel that energy. Inhale. Turning to the right. And coming back through center, up to the left. Okay, and fuse this with intention. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. And may each one of us do something about it. And then step back. We'll close the practice. So let's do this. I am sweating. We're going to come and sit and we're going to do a closing practice like we've done after Tugu Nachan, right? Because we've just kind of cultivated, generated a lot of qi. Black Dragon is super powerful and like magical, you know? Literally, I'm like standing in the middle of the universe, like, and we'll come back to it because there's a part 2 to Black Dragon. I'm so curious what you guys experience, but it's so lovely to begin to like harness and play, you know. But the thing is, it doesn't mean shit if you're not utilizing it for the benefit of others, right? So this energy that you've cultivated, draw it into yourself so you can be of service. Like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So swallow that down, bring your palms to your eyes. Let your head come forward, being held by your palms. And then rotate your eyes clockwise and then counterclockwise 9 times. Right, and you might start to feel things draining down, which I was. Okay, and then from here, begin to, as we did in the beginning, move your hands through your scalp. When you come to your neck, right, kind of part the neck muscles and come down again, right? So here, drawing all of that qi that's been kind of cultivated, and then drawing it down. All right, and again, you might feel, so the idea is that we're drawing all of this qi, this rising qi, we're drawing it back down into the well of us, to the lower dantian. Yeah. Okay, and then take the finger, forefinger, middle finger. Do that 9 times. Right, you may notice as well, right, with your MRI hands, which sinus is more open or closed. And this I don't know, I've kind of figured this one out on my own, but I like to take my thumb to the top of my eye socket and also move energy down, right? You can feel it into your jaw. And then cupping the ears, press in and pull away 24 times. Right, you may feel the eustachian tube now really opening. You know, and they're kind of like prostrations. If you lost count, do one more. And this is my favorite part, also because it took me a while to figure out how to do it right. But we have these sinus cavities back just below, I wouldn't say below, but like on the inside portion of the occiput, and we're gonna clear them. And it looks like this. So I cover my ears and I bring my pointer finger under my thumb and I find that spot, right? Here's my occiput. And so do that 24 times. It's called beating the heavenly drum. And you'll notice things begin to flow down. Yeah, and then we're going to click our teeth together 24 times. And then run your tongue over the top and the bottom and the inside and the outside of your teeth 9 times each way. And then any saliva that you've kind of collected, swish it around. And then what we're going to do is gulp down all of this qi and this energy into the lower dantian with 3 gulps. And sometimes I sound like a frog. So to close out, this is the earth, this is the heavens, this is the human. Thank you for joining me, you guys. So you may notice, just notice kind of your energy levels through the rest of the day. As I mentioned, Black Dragon is super powerful. It's a rising kind of transformative practice. Just notice. And then I was supposed to go to Uganda on Friday to continue my work there, but they just went into a lockdown, a 6-week lockdown. The virus cases are rising, and I'm very, very worried for my people. And I'm sending a newsletter out about it. You guys will get it, but so I'm not going anywhere for a few weeks. I'll hopefully go at the end of July, as conditions allow. And we talked briefly, we've mentioned possibility of doing like a 2-hour workshop or something. I'll talk to to everybody at TNL, see what happens. Okay, but if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Sarah, it was such a pleasure to have you. I really hope that it was useful for you.
Thank you so much for sharing this with me.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
I loved it.
That's great. I mean, here's the thing. It's whether we are, whether we've devoted our life to the service of others, one of the most important components is joyful effort. You know, as I like to say, joy is the greatest act of rebellion. So I'm glad that you were able to experience some. And it's so great to see everybody. Chloe, I'm so glad that you've joined. Look, there's Puppy Cat. She was sitting the whole time during the microcosmic orbit. Yeah, just like absorbing. Please be safe, everybody.